Cathie Wood just made some great comments on Elon Musk. Check this one out.
But this came up. There's a Reuters article last week talking about Elon's upcoming pay package, right? We have the annual meeting coming up early November. And so Cathie and Brett, it would be great to get your opinion on this. And I don't know if in history there's ever been a less paid person for more value created, but not to anchor everyone on that. Cathie, what's your reaction?
Well, in terms of the Reuters article, yes, I think it's ridiculous. First of all, what I'll say is when we saw this pay package, we had a similar reaction to the very first time that Elon proposed a pay package. And we said, hey, that looks like our model or a variation of it. And of course, we had not talked to him about it, but we were saying, wow, if he can do this, because we were pushing our model saying, if they nail this, this is what would happen. But our expectations were high, and everybody thought we were crazy out there when we put our expectations out there. And in the last package, he accomplished those expectations 2 years earlier than we expected him to. So that comp package certainly motivated him. And we think it's much more than money that motivates him. It's the scaling of new technologies that are going to transform the way we live, work, breathe, in terms of the environment as well. And the same with this one. I mean, these are extremely ambitious targets. Now, we know from studying learning curves that the targets are possible if everything goes right. They're possible. But just to give you a sense, if you take sort of the midpoint of the schedule for EBITDA goals, 210 billion right now from 11 billion, that would be over the next 7.5 years, a 49% compound annual rate of increase in EBITDA. I don't think there are very many companies that have accomplished that. In fact, we've done a quick study and we haven't found any. Maybe in recent years, there have been a few companies that have been able to deliver, 2 or 3 years at that rate, but 7.5 years compounded at 49%. And that only gets him halfway through this package. He'd have to compound EBITDA at 62%. To hit the whole pay package. Now, I'll say the same thing here. We have in our models the scaling of robotaxis, but we have very little in there for humanoid robots, Optimus. And like Elon, we believe that's an even bigger market out there. So I think if this does motivate him to accelerate the movement into humanoid robotics, that's a win-win for shareholders as well. And I'll just conclude by saying, and this was the first voiding of Elon's pay package. I believe, this is what I put on X, I believe the Delaware court decision forcing Tesla to void the March 2018 vote on Elon's performance-based pay package is un-American, an assault on investor rights, and an insult to the board of directors of one of the most stunningly successful companies in the world. And I would add, led by the most productive human being on earth, and a human being who attracts incredible talent, people who want to solve the world's hardest problems. This is a win-win for all of us if Elon succeeds this time around the way that he did the last time around. And I do hope that the appeals court does do the right thing, actually, and reward Elon that March 2018 package to begin with. He's still dealing with that and has not been paid anything, no salary. Whoever would do that? Whoever, I guarantee you that Reuters journalist would never work for nothing in hopes of attaining a goal like this. Just wouldn't, maybe couldn't, but so, you know, I think it's case closed. I've been shocked that this is even a debate anymore.
Now, that was a great clip from Cathie Wood. Elon Musk's new pay package requires the most aggressive growth targets in corporate history, and if he hits them, shareholders will win bigger than he does. This isn't about paying someone too much, it's about setting targets so difficult that success means Tesla becomes worth trillions more. The last time Elon got a performance package like this, everyone said it was impossible. He hit every target 2 years early. Now he's betting he can do the same again by scaling robo-taxis and humanoid robots. If he pulls it off, shareholders multiply their money many times over. The entire debate misses the point of how this entire compensation structure actually works. The risk is completely on him. He gets zero salary and only gets paid if he creates massive value first. That's the opposite of how most CEOs get paid, where they collect millions even when the stock tanks. Most executives get guaranteed money regardless of performance, base salaries, bonuses, stock grants that vest just for staying employed. Elon gets nothing unless he grows the company faster than any company in history has ever grown. Think about what a 49% compound annual growth rate actually means. A few companies have hit that for 2 or 3 years. Nobody has done it for 7.5 years straight. And that only gets him to the midpoint of the package. To unlock the full compensation, he needs 62% compound growth rate. These aren't aggressive targets, they're borderline impossible. But this is why it makes sense. Tesla isn't just a car company. The humanoid robot piece here is huge. Tesla models mostly account for robotaxi, but barely include Optimus robots. Elon thinks the humanoid robot market is even bigger than self-driving cars. If this pay package pushes him to move faster on robots, shareholders win regardless of whether he hits every target, so the upside is massive. You're basically betting on whether Elon can turn Tesla into the world's most valuable company by revolutionizing 2 industries at once. If he does it, the stock goes up so much that his compensation is a rounding error compared to what shareholders make. If he doesn't do it, he gets nothing. Zero, after working for years with no salary. The Delaware court blocking his previous pay package makes this even more insane. Shareholders voted for it, he delivered everything he promised and more, he beat the target by 2 years. And a court said the deal doesn't count because the process wasn't perfect or whatever legal reason they used. So he's still working for free while fighting in court over compensation he already earned. No other CEO would do that. No Reuters journalist criticizing this deal would work for nothing, hoping to maybe get paid if they achieved impossible goals. They want guaranteed salaries and benefits and bonuses, but they'll write articles calling Elon greedy for taking all the risk himself. This is why the debate is ridiculous. People see a big number and freak out. They don't look at what has to happen for that number to become real. They don't see the number only happens if it creates exponentially more value for everyone first. You want aligned incentives between management and shareholders. This is what perfect alignment looks like. Pure pay for performance at the highest possible level. The previous package proved this works. Everyone thought those targets were crazy too. Tesla was much smaller then, the goals seemed impossible, and he crushed them ahead of schedule. That's why shareholders want to give him another shot with even harder targets. Because if anyone could pull off the impossible, it's the guy who already did it once. If you found this video of any value, why not consider hitting subscribe? Cheers.